Hey you guys, Loyal Logic coming at you with another video. What we're going to be talking about today is the thought audit. And what is really going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, the real truth of it. Now, I've looked into it. I've had a couple back and forth with people on Twitter. And I started to realize how big of a deal it was, what they were saying, what other people were saying, and I wanted to get down to it. So this is what really, I'm just going to give you the lowdown. There was a guy, David Wu, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're familiar. But it was a troll. He did it as a troll at first, which is perfectly fine. It's a joke. Well, the problem is that people did start running with it for the good and the bad. Now, I'm going to go to the bad first. Now, you had a gentleman, Whoosh V. Now, a long time ago, I used to like his content, but, he's become just unbearable. I cannot deal with the gentleman. He's targeting people like Brinty Vente, who you don't have to like her, you don't have to hate her, but you know what? She's not a thought, folks. I'm sorry to say that, she had a character she played for many years. It was an obvious character. Anybody that took that seriously is just beyond stupid. I mean, they're just complete stupid. It's like ridiculous to say that she was actually being a real person. So Whoosh started taking the movement and using it for his personal gain. So what he did is he started targeting people that have, either wronged him or he lost in a debate or he had an issue with. And that's disgusting. And so then you go to his Twitter now he's plugging his merch. Because that's what these people do. They're scumbags. And I hate to say that about the guy because I do feel the guy's trying to help out people that don't have a easy time with the ladies. Hey, all well and good, but you're a piece of shit, man, when you do things like that. Because when you're taking something that's trying to do good work, and I'll tell you the good, but when you're trying to take something that's doing good work for, to get these people to actually do what they're supposed to be doing because the 9-to-5 workers are working their ass off all day, and you use that to spin it to get people you don't like off the internet or in trouble, then you're just a piece of shit. And those are the innocent people that are being hurt here. But a majority of the people are not that. It's very few. I did apologize to Repzilla. I ate crow. I was wrong. There's a couple innocent people that are getting wrapped up in this, but it's very few, folks. Now, the good that's coming of this. What is happening now, folks, is a good thing. I'm sorry to say this was going to happen no matter what. This was. Because what you have to realize, these premium Snapchats, they've been being sold to kids. We all know it. There just hasn't been a big scandal. But it was only a matter of time until somebody sold a premium Snapchat to somebody and they got in trouble for it. Or somebody got in trouble that was not paying taxes. It's only a matter of time. So the tax thing is just the first iceberg. There's going to be more icebergs coming down the trough. There's going to be Patreon. It's all going to come, folks. I mean, again, big tech and companies and governments, they don't want you to get a leg up. So anytime they can take a peg from under you, they're going to do it. And this is something that, people on the right and the left can come together for. Because these people aren't paying their taxes. It's just the truth. You see images, I mean, you can go look into it, folks. You see images of people that are holding up $20,000 in cash. I mean, they're traveling and, they're not paying their taxes. And you could say, Logic, how do you know? Come on, folks. There's no reason to say that when you know. Okay? Do you really think that they're paying their taxes? If you do, then what's the problem with them being reported? And then, this is weird to me too. People are saying, mind your own business. That makes no sense to me. If you know or suspect a crime going on, you have every right to report it. And here's the thing. People that report it, if they're false reporting, they will get in trouble. The government's not going to sit there and get hundreds and hundreds of reports from the same person and have them go through the manpower of looking through them just to go, oh, that person filed a bunch of false reports, whatever. Oh, that's just Logic being a troll. No, they would go after me if I did something like that. So I'm not doing any reporting, but I'm saying if I was doing something like that, it's obvious I would get in trouble. So, calm down with that, folks, because the people, I want to explain the process too. You have to give your information to the government. You have to get the other person's information. You can't just go to them. So, if anybody's getting reported and they get found out to be tax, evading or whatever, then that's the way it is, folks. But this is going to be a good thing because it's going to get these people to realize they have to pay taxes. Okay, you could say it's the incels or the guys that paid for it or the people that didn't get fucked when they were in high school that are doing this. But guess what? Guys like me, I don't have a problem getting chicks, but guys like me, I support this because I worked hard to get what I have. And people need to pay their fair share. That's it. I'm not asking for all the money to be taken. Just their fair share. Everybody enjoys the same luxuries in this country, folks. We all get to drive on the roads. We all get to go to the same schools. We all have the same opportunities. The military, everything. So we all have the right to vote. All of that is paid for by taxes. Yeah, some lotto and stuff like that, but let's not get into the details, folks. Taxes are necessary. Now, I am a small government person, but guess what? You still have to pay your fair share. Be it 5%, 10%, I don't care what it is. You still can't go zero tax and just get away with it, folks. It just is what it is. You know, so people like David Wu, you know, they were trolling and then it became some real, but people like Whoosh V, they're using it to help themselves out and destroy people's careers. You know, tweeting at Bertie Vente, okay, you better pay your taxes. It's like, dude, you didn't even apologize. You put a lot of eyes on her for no reason. You're a piece of shit, dude. You shouldn't have done that. You know, that's ridiculous. You know what's sad? Is Whoosh V had an opportunity to become something in that movement. But now he's looked at like a meme. I don't give any respect to that guy. Now there's no leader. He could have took it and spun it into something actually that could have done some good and got people that are actually using these services to get ill-gotten gains. Because it's not good gains they're getting because they're not paying taxes on it. If they were getting the money, paying taxes, being productive with the money, no one would care. But then again, I go back to my original point of eventually something was going to happen where this premium Snapchats were being sold to children. So folks, we were coming down this road anyway. You know, it's not a regulated industry. And the fact that Snapchat, you know, my business partner mentioned this. He was shocked that Snapchat hasn't come forward in the last day with the statement saying they're going to work towards gearing away from this type of content. They didn't because they realized that it's a big part of their business model. And they just, it's like Tumblr. They kind of just ignore it. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, folks, but I support it as long as innocent people aren't being targeted. If you're watching this and you support it, you have to realize, don't target people that just look good and dress nice. That's not a thought, you guys. That's stupid to say. We know what a real thought is. A thought is someone that's selling their body, selling body parts to get ill-gotten gains, to get money from somebody. They're not doing it that talk politically or be a troll like Bertie Vente was. They're not doing it that way. If that's the case, there's a lot of thoughts out there. But that's not the case. So stop, folks. Because that's really rude to people that are just pretty girls online doing their thing. And you know what? You can't blame them. Here's the thing. You can't blame them for being pretty. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The only way you can blame them is if they're selling their body. That's it. Then you can go, okay, then you are a thought. But if you're not doing anything, if you're not using your body to get money, then you're not a thought. It is what it is. I don't care what Whoosh V thinks. He's a fucking troll in a way. I don't know if the guy's being serious, but he's a piece of shit. I mean, the fact that anybody would take that guy serious, I mean, that guy would never get laid from a respectable woman. I'm telling you right now, never. And he can lie to himself and say he would. No, he wouldn't. Guys like me get laid because I'm respectable. Not because I'm a fucking troll, not because I'm white knighting, not because I'm kissing girls' ass. It's because I'm fun, I'm honest, and I'm nice. They don't want bullshit. Your Whoosh V teaches bullshit. Yeah, some of his stuff can be helpful to people that have no experience with girls, but to a guy like me, he sounds like a fucking idiot. So, you know, the folks, don't take him serious because he's going to be exposed. I even made the tweet how he's already promoting his merch. So he gets all the traffic to his Twitter, and then what's he do? Post his merch. So really, who's the thought? Whoosh. I mean, come on now. It would have been different if he took it and said, yeah, there's a lot of people selling Snapchats. When you go after Bertie Vente, who has never sold a Snapchat, and shown naked images of herself, you're fucking disgusting, dude. And I keep going back to Vente because it is. It just shows you how fucking stupid some of these people have got on the internet. She hasn't done anything to anybody, you guys. She's a MAGA supporter, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's ridiculous. She's a good person. You might not like her character. You might not like her style. But overall, she's a decent person. You don't have to like it. You can't like everybody. That's the thing. I had someone say in my comments the other day about Tipster, that they didn't like Tipster. Okay, I didn't go after him. Okay, they don't like Tipster. You can't like everybody, folks. That's just the way of life. But to go after somebody because they're pretty, or they're smart, or they got more money is ridiculous. You only go after people for the actions they do that are illegal, morally wrong, or hurting others. Oh, and maybe a couple other things in between. You know, someone not paying taxes and selling their body to get that money, okay, I'm with you there. Because that's wrong, unless you're paying taxes. But then again, I go back to it's not regulated. So how legal is it? We'll never know. I am interested to see where this does go. Because people are calling them sex workers. Sex workers? No, they're just sending nudes. And if sending nudes is sex workers, we got a big problem in this country. I remember it's like my buddy. My buddy was at a party, and this was years ago, and he found the image, or he found the phone on the ground or whatever, and he looked, and the pictures were open. He couldn't believe it. He handed the phone to her, and they were laughing about it, but it is what it is. And you go, well, how? It was on there, folks. He said, I don't know. It was just there. But it just kind of, this is not something, you know, folks, that's like uncommon. So don't call them sex workers. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, if you're selling porn of yourself, okay, I get it. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I was looking at my camera, I'm like, what's going on over there? You know, because I got a new setup. I don't know if you noticed. You were kind of like, whoa, what's Logic doing? I didn't see what it was doing. But yeah, you know, this is very serious, folks, to me. Because, you know, when you do have, I do agree, this can be used towards people that are good. But I just don't think it would be that big of a deal, because if you say reported to IRS and you paid your taxes, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know, the government would go look and see you reported whatever, you know, a lot of money, and they go, well, whatever. They're not, here's the thing, they're not going to audit you for if you pay taxes. A lot of these girls have paid nothing. And then, and here's the thing, too. Some of these girls are getting benefits, too. It's a conversation I don't want to have, but there are particular individuals that are doing this that are getting, you know, welfare on top of it. And you could say Logic, that's conspiratorial. No, it's not, folks. It's a serious problem we have going on. And, you know, you can say, oh, you're for low taxes and all this. Yeah, I'm for low taxes, but I'm not for no taxes. No one's for no taxes. No one's for no government. So we need to stop this argument of, taxation is theft and all this other garbage that people are spewing. It's like, I hate that when people say taxation is theft, like that absolves people of the crime that they're doing. When you're not paying taxes, that's a crime, folks. You don't have to like it, but it is what it is. And you know, this is not regulated. I go back to that because I want people to realize we don't know who they're sending it to. They could be sending it to children and are sending it to children. There's no way you can sit there and tell me watching this that not one child has got porn from a premium Snapchat person. So you can't do that because you know it's true deep down in your heart. And so that's why it's a problem, and it's going to be a bigger problem going in the future as kids have phones. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, you couldn't even have your phone out. So it really shows you how much it's changed. So I want people to realize that there is some good, there's some bad, and there's some ugly. You know, there's a little bit of each in this story, and I'm going to keep reporting on this because I think this is going to get a lot deeper, and I think it's going to evolve into something that people don't really think it's going to. I think it's going to go after Patreon's next. We'll see, but I don't know how Patreon works. I don't know if they report it to the IRS. Now, I'm not saying go report people with Patreon, but I do think there are going to be people going after these women that are selling Patreon. You know, I remember the other day, Leon Lush did a video. It was really good. He showed the moms bending over, and they were getting like $12,000 a month. And there 12 of them were, or 10 of them or whatever, were $1,000 a month. So is she paying taxes on that? I don't know. But if she's not, she needs to start paying. Because again, folks, people work hard to get honest money. And it's okay for here's the thing, I don't like it, but it is okay for these women to do what they're doing. As you know, it's not regulated. We could talk about the legalities of it. But if they're going to do it, they have to pay taxes. It is what it is. And the quicker people realize this, the easier actually it will get as you get older and you make money. Because in the back of your mind, you're going to go, okay, I got to pay taxes on this. And this is also one thing. Sorry. When you pay taxes, it's reported income. So when you go to get credit or you try to get a loan, anything, you can say, look, I made this much last year. And it's reported because they don't just take your word for it. You don't just write down you made $150,000 and that's how much you made. You have to prove you made that income. So if anything, this is a good thing for these so-called content creators or sex workers, because then when they get out of the game, they can go and say, look, last year I made $75,000, $80,000. I'd like to get a loan. I'd like to start a small business. You know, go work at the Small Business Administration, which I'll tell you all to go to. It's free. They have free seminars to start a business. But I regress. You know, I'm rambling here because it's amazing to me people don't understand this. Reported income and paying your taxes is a great thing. It's a great thing because it only builds your credit, your loan worthiness, and all your financials in the future. Yeah, you can say it doesn't help right now, but I've always told you guys, don't think about right now. Think about 10 years from now. Unless you're 70 or 80 years old watching my videos, which I don't know how many are, I guess from my analytics, a couple of you guys, but those are not the individuals I'm talking to. I'm talking about people that are 18, 20s, 30s, 40s even. You need to start building it up now because by the time you get to 60, you're going to want to be able to maybe get a house, get a new car, go on a trip to Paris. These are things that, you know, you might not like right now, but guess what? When it comes time to do those things, you're going to want to do them. And if you didn't report your income for the 10 years you were doing your premium Snapchats, then you have no way to get that stuff. Because the way it's going, people spend money faster than they make it, and that's just today's economy. We're a spending economy. We're not a saving economy. It is what it is, folks. I don't like it. It is, I mean, I'm just kind of like, this conversation's ridiculous, but I'm going to keep talking about it, folks. Hopefully you like the new setup. I'll switch it up here and there. Tell me what you think. Loyal Logic, talk to you soon.